Good morning, guys. It's Cheyenne here, and I'm going to be talking about swallowing the horse pill of personal responsibility and how that can be related to the person who stutters or hesitates or has problems expressing themselves. So, first, let's talk about swallowing the pill of taking personal responsibility for everything in our lives. We must take personal responsibility for everything in our lives in order to be able to have the power to improve moving forward. So, what does that mean? That means we take responsibility for the good, the bad, and the ugly that was in our life before, was in our life now. We say, hey, I had a part to do with that. It's not a problem. And if it's a bad thing, I forgive myself. And I look forward to learning and improving in the future. And that is taking personal responsibility for everything in our lives. Here's another example. Let's say you live alone in your house or like your bedroom, and it's a huge mess. And somebody opens your door and they say, wow, this place is trashed. Who is responsible for keeping up this room? Well, rightly so, there's only one person who is responsible for that room, and that is me. So I'm like, okay, I'm a little embarrassed. It's not a big deal, but my room is kind of nasty. I don't think any girls would want to even be like hanging out in here. So thank you for telling me. Thank you for bringing it to my attention that my room is nasty, because I want to get a girlfriend and it's disgusting. So it's a little embarrassing for a second, but I'm like, hey, now that I understand it, I can fix it and move on. Now, let's say the same person, they have a little special machine that can pop open your mind. And they pop it open, the same thing as the bedroom. And they say, whoa, this place is a mess. It has all kind of Instagram scrolling in there, YouTube, news, just garbage inside your mind. It's really like it's a mess. You're gonna have to take personal responsibility and say, yes, I've been scrolling Instagram first thing in the morning, and then after I get home from work, I watch all this stuff on the screen that's like not really positive, let's be real. And then I'm speaking all this garbage, I'm cussing, and just, part of it for sure, it's my responsibility that my mind is kind of a mess. Now, that pill has to be swallowed multiple times. And there is no excuse not to swallow the pill. Why? Because there is always someone who is much older than you who is swallowing the same pill. Let me give you an example. So I used to be in a stuttering support group, and we had this old man, is maybe like 65 years old. He walked into the group. He was a very nice man, and he had hit to the end of his road. He was like, dude, I am so tired of stuttering. He had just retired from his career as like some like high up in a healthcare organization, and he was like some high up or whatever, and he stuttered really bad. And I was like, dude, how did you make it this far? It really was amazing. And he just walked in the room and said, guys, I am am so tired of this. I don't care if I stutter anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. And I know I'm putting it on to myself. And I'm here because I want somebody to talk to. And I was like, dude, he just swallowed the pill that everyone in this room is struggling, that we're choking on this pill, including me. And I was like, dude, he is 65 years old. He never got married. He never had any kids. And it was part to do with the stuttering and all that stuff. And I was like, if he can swallow that pill at 65 years old and say, stuttering had me, but it doesn't have me anymore. At 65 years old, your entire life, it was carved out by something that you had total personal responsibility over the entire time. And you have to swallow that pill and say, I'm ready to move on. I forgive myself. I love myself. And I genuinely look forward to my future. So when we couple that idea of taking total responsibility and we pair it with the fact, the truth. So remember, this is a truth. The truth that technically speaking, there is nothing wrong with my voice box. Why? Because I can speak to the wall, I can speak to the cat, I can speak out loud to myself. And I'm not stressed. I'm not really stuttering. Sure, there's like a stutter or two, but it's not like oh my God, the world's about to end. So that tells me that it is a part of me. I have to learn more about myself and my heart and my mind and my emotions. So I have paired the truth that technically speaking, there is nothing wrong with my voice box. And I paired it with the truth, or the fact that I must take personal responsibility for everything in my life. And when you put these together, you create a very hard pill to swallow. But when this pill is swallowed, and it has to be swallowed multiple times, you have pointed yourself in the right direction to make some kind of improvements in your life, because you're saying, hey, I need help. I have been standing in my own way for a long time, and I understand that. And I am committed to taking personal responsibility for standing in my own way, and I forgive myself. But it's time to pick up the pieces and to take the personal responsibility and to pair it with the idea that technically speaking, there is nothing wrong with my voice. And I will take these ideas and I will take them into my practice. So anytime that I get a little frustrated, I say, okay, you are feeling frustrated again. Let's go back to our truths. Technically speaking, there is nothing wrong with my voice. Okay. That's correct. And I believe it. Okay. I have to take total responsibility for everything in my life because I am the creator of my life. There is nobody holding a gun to my head. I am making all my own choices. Okay. Now, this puts me in a state of mind that allows me to practice genuinely and say, all right, stay in the game. Let's forgive ourselves. Let's get a little better every day. But all that can only start when we swallow the horse pill of taking personal responsibility for how we treated ourselves in the past, how we were so mean to ourselves, how we never gave ourselves a shot or a chance, how we've been our own worst enemy for a long time. We accept that and we move to something new. All right, guys, that is my little video on accepting personal responsibility for everything in your life and how it has helped me to improve my speaking, my fluency, and my life in general. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and remember, never give up.